The companies owned by Trump filed for bankruptcy 4 different times. All the 4 bankruptcies filed were related to over-leveraged Trump's hotel and casino properties in Atlantic City operated under the name Trump Entertainment Resorts, during the years 1991, 1992, 2004 and 2009. Despite these 4 bankruptcies, Trump emerged a billionaire, perhaps owing to the fact that he never filed personal bankruptcy. Instead, it was the corporations, limited partnerships, and LLCs in which he had ownership interests or the companies that had his name attached that filed for bankruptcy. Trump's hair is real. He gets his haircuts from his wife Melania. Trump has many attention-grabbing traits, and his hairstyle is one among them. Apparently, many people have asked him about his hair and what he does to it. He told Playboy that all he does is take a shower, wash his hair, read the newspaper while it dries, comb it and spray it. He has stated that the reason his hair looks so neat all the time is because he doesn't expose himself to outside environment, as he spends most of his time in his limousine, private jet, helicopter, or his private club, and that the only time he is outside is when he plays golf. And according to what he said to Playboy, his wife gives him his haircuts. Spy magazine once sent some of the world's richest people checks of 13 cents to see who would cash them. The only people to do so were an arms dealer and Donald Trump. Published between the years 1986 and 1998, Spy magazine was a satirical magazine, whose writers had an interesting idea to prank the rich in 1990. So they created a fully funded and incorporated company called National Refund Clearinghouse and opened a checking account. Then they sent a check of $1.11 to 58 well-known people such as Cher, Henry Kissinger, and Donald Trump. Of the 58, only 26 cashed the check. They repeated the experiment with 64 cents to these 26 people, and only 13 of them cashed. Then they sent these 13 people checks for 13 cents, and this time it was only 2 people, a Saudi Arabian arms dealer called Adnan Khashoggi and, of course, Donald Trump. Trump once tried to trademark the phrase "you're fired." Trump is closely associated with a reality TV show called The Apprentice, in which the contestants take part in challenges in order to get a chance to work under American billionaires. In the show, Trump dismisses some of the contestants using the phrase "you're fired," which he intended to use in his games and casinos. The game he released called Trump, the game has a tag that says "I'm back and you're fired." According to U.S. Patent and Trademark Office website, he even filed a trademark application for the phrase. Trump dislikes shaking hands with other people and is a self-professed germaphobe. It isn't just the hands of other people that Trump doesn't want to touch, but everything that is touched or used by anyone else. He doesn't even like to push the ground floor elevator button because it would have been pushed by many people. And apparently, he specifically avoids touching the hands of teachers because they are very likely to have been in physical contact with kids. Source. In 1999, Trump proposed a one-time tax of 14.25% on individuals with net worth $10 million or more and claimed that it would raise $5.7 trillion, which can wipe out the national debt. Trump said that according to his calculations, his tax plan would burden only 1% of Americans who control 90% of the wealth, leaving the other 99% of the people with deep reductions on their federal income taxes. He also said that completely paying off national debt would save $200 billion a year in interest payments and that depositing $100 million annually in the Social Security Trust Fund would generate $3 trillion over the next 30 years. The character Biff Tannen from the Back to the Future trilogy was based on Donald Trump. In the trilogy, Biff Tannen, portrayed by actor Thomas F. Wilson, is a towering, violent, and selfish bully who intimidates and cheats to get what he wants. Recently, after renewed interest in Back to the Future 2, numerous commentators noted similarities between the older version of Biff Tannen and Donald Trump. When the writer Bob Gale was asked about these similarities, he replied that they were intentional and that the character was indeed based on Donald Trump, who was already well known in the late 1980s for his real estate business. In 1990, Trump threatened to sue the stockbroker firm Janney Montgomery Scott after an analyst said Trump Taj Mahal wouldn't survive financially. The analyst was fired for it, and later the same year Taj Mahal declared bankruptcy. Marvin Roffman, a veteran securities analyst focused on the gaming industry in Atlantic City, told a reporter from the Wall Street Journal that the lavish and financially shaky nature of Trump's third casino, Trump Taj Mahal, would fail. In reaction to that, Trump threatened to sue his employer and demanded that Roffman be fired. Roffman stood by his assessment, and 3 days after the Journal was out, he was fired. Roffman later filed a lawsuit against Trump for using intimidation and forceful warnings of litigation, and had a clear victory.